Good morning, dear students. This is Ritu Jindal from SDKL DAV Century Senior Secondary Public School, Mansa. I am here to discuss the topic Basic Accounting Terms from Chapter 1 Plus 1 Accountancy. This is the most important topic. Now let's start. Accounting terminology, basic accounting terms. In every discipline, there are certain basic terms commonly used to understand a particular subject. Each and every type of subject, each and every type of topic includes some basic terms. Similarly, accounting also includes some basic terms which are important for you throughout your study. In accounting also there are certain basic accounting terms to understand and record the items in the books of accounts. These have specific meaning in accounting and these basic terms are called accounting terminology. At the time of recording, classification, summarizing and interpreting the results means during whole accounting process you have to use or you have to understand these terms. Now let's start first term. First is entity. Entity means business institution. Any type of business enterprises are known as entity. Suppose sole proprietorship retail shops are the entity, partnership, any type of factory, any type of business can be known as entity. So entity means business enterprises, business units. We can use the name word entity instead of using the word business enterprises. These two words are similarly used by the business organizations. Entity means a reality that has a definite individual existence. Business entity means a specifically identifiable business. Any type of identifiable business. I have already discussed any type of retail shops, any type of factories, any type of companies, all can be known as the entities. Enterprises like super bazaars, etc. An accounting system is always devised for a specific business unit. We are making the accounting system for any type of business enterprises. Second term is business transaction. Any exchange is known as transaction. Exchange between two persons can be known as the transaction. Just you have earlier discussed barter system. In case of barter system, there is no medium of exchange. Money is not the medium of exchange at that time. But business transaction, for becoming any transaction to be a business transaction, there is a need of money as a medium of exchange, because without money the transaction cannot be known as business transaction. So any exchange of goods or services for cash or on credit by the business with any other person is a business transaction. Whenever someone purchases goods from the business organization and in return that person will pay some amount, that is known as business transaction. Business transaction is an economic activity that changes the value of some assets, liability or capital. These three terms we will discuss later on. Now the business transaction means any transaction which involves the exchange, dealing of goods or services, and another medium is money. The important features of a business transaction are economic activity as it involves the cash transaction or credit transaction, maybe external or internal exchange. A business transaction may be external or may be internal. External means whenever we sold the goods to outsiders, means to customer or to anybody, that is known as external transaction. Internal transaction, whenever the business pays salary to its staff members or any other, that is known as internal exchange. Business transaction may be quantitative or qualitative, but mainly these transactions are only quantitative. Qualitative transactions are avoided in the business at the time of recording of the transaction in business. Financial in nature. Business transactions should be financial in nature. It should be related with the monetary terms. It should be related with the finance. Without finance, no transaction can be known as the business transaction. So these two are the terms entity and business transaction. Entity, any type of business organization can be known as entity. Business transaction, any exchange or dealing of goods or services by the business with any other person is known as the business transaction. Now next third term of business is asset. Assets are the most important term. Asset means wealth of the business. जैसे हम लोगों के पास अपनी wealth होती है, घर है, कपड़े है, कार है, बैंक बैलेंस है, cash in hand है. All these are known as the assets. Similarly, a business organization also has its wealth in the form of building, in the form of furniture, land, bank balance, cash, and reputation also. So all these the things which are required to run the business, to start the business, to grow the business are known as assets of the business. Assets can be known as the property of the business. Assets are economic resources which are owned by a business and expected to benefit future operations. Assets may be economic resources. Economic resources means which have the money value. The things which have money value are known as assets, means which can be sold out by the business organizations, owned by the business, means property of the business and expected to benefit future operations, which are used by the business organization and which give benefits for the future activities of the business. For example, again furniture, machinery, land, plant, reputation also. So cash, debtors, investment, stock of goods, plant and machinery, land and building, computer, vehicles, goodwill. Goodwill means reputation. Reputation is also important to run the business, to grow the business. Without reputation, no person can stand in the market. एक बार तो आप बिजनेस की चकाचौंध देख के चले जाओगे, लेकिन अगर उसकी डीलिंग नहीं अच्छी, उसकी रेपुटेशन नहीं अच्छी, फिर नहीं जाओगे. सो गुडविल इज इक्वली इम्पॉर्टेंट, लाइक कैश, लाइक डेटर्स, लाइक प्लांट, लाइक बिल्डिंग, लाइक कंप्यूटर. Goodwill is important to run the business. Without goodwill, no business organization can do its business properly. Or to stand in the competitive market, we need to maintain the reputation in the market. These are the examples of assets. These assets may have the value for the business for several reasons. These assets have some values. Cash has a value because other things can be acquired with it. Cash is important for business because cash is used by the business organization to purchase all the asset. To purchase building, we need cash. To purchase plant and machinery, we need cash. To purchase computer, we need cash. To purchase vehicles, we need cash. Even goodwill can also be purchased by the business organization. Suppose any business organization, running business organization, wants to sold out its business. अब अगर वो अपना अच्छा खासा चलाया हुआ बिजनेस आपको सेल कर रहा है, अपना नेम एंड फेम सेल कर रहा है, तो उसके बदले में ही डिमांड समथिंग, तो उससे उसकी भी आपसे अमाउंट डिमांड करेगा. सो कैश कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड बाय द बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन to acquire all the type of assets, all type of wealth, all type of property for the business, and that property is utilized by the business to run the business, to grow, or for everything. Debtors and investments. Debtors and investment. Debtor again we will discuss later on. Investments, money invest करना, money investment in furniture, by to purchase the furniture we may paid some amount, that is also known as investment. You can invest the money to purchase the shares of any type of company. You can invest the money to purchase the debentures of any type of company. You may invest the money to purchase the machineries for the business. All these are known as the investments. Debtors. Debtors are those persons from whom the amount is due. जिस बंदे से, जिस person से आपने पैसा लेना है, that person is known as debtor. So debtors is also the asset for business, because business is entitled to get claim from debtors in future, and investment may be realized in cash by selling them in the market. We can sell the investment, and after selling we can earn the money. So all these are the property of the business, and business can convert these property into cash by selling them in the market. Building, plant and machinery, goodwill are also assets, because these assets offer some potential benefits or rights or services to the business. Building provide shelter or a place in which business activities may be conducted. Building is important for doing the business as it increases your sales. Suppose एक बंदा फुटपाथ के ऊपर बैठ के गुड्स को सेल कर रहा है, उसकी चीज, और एक दूसरी साइड दूसरा पर्सन अच्छे खासे शोरूम बना के गुड्स को सेल कर रहा है, डिफरेंस होगा या नहीं होगा? It means if you have building, if you have the full-fledged furnished building, that is the plus point for any business organization as compared to the business as compared to the person who is selling the goods on the footpaths. So it is important asset for the business. Plant and machinery helps the owner of the business to manufacture the goods. In case of manufacturing business, we need the plant and machinery to convert the raw material into the finished goods. Now next, types of assets. Assets are of two types, non-current assets and current assets. Current assets are those assets which can easily be converted into cash within 1 year or within the operating cycle. Non-current assets are those assets which are not converted by the business organization into cash within 1 year or within operating cycle. सेल हो जाते हैं but business इनको सेल करता नहीं है. Non-current assets, for example, plant and machinery, furniture, building. इन चीजों को आप एक साल में सेल नहीं करते और कैश में कन्वर्ट नहीं करते. If we sold out the furniture, building, machinery, land after 2 months, after 3 months or regularly, then how the business organization will do the business? वो तो यही काम करता रहेगा, कभी बिल्डिंग सेल कर दी, कभी नहीं परचेज कर ली, फर्नीचर सेल कर दिया, furniture purchase कर दिया. So these assets are not converted by the business organization into cash in a short time period. It's okay if after 5 years we want to change our furniture, after 10 years we want to change our building, that is a separate matter. These can be converted but not within a short time period, as if the business organization will convert these assets into cash within short time period, it will be a situation of heavy loss for the business. Current assets can be converted into cash within 1 year. So it is next to cash. Cash in hand is a type of current asset. Cash at bank, debtors, even goods जिसका आप business कर रहे हो उसको भी आप regularly sale कर रहे हो, regularly cash में convert कर रहे हो. So these are known as the current assets. According to Indian Companies Act 2013, the format of balance sheet divided the non-current assets into these 5 types and current assets into these 3 heads. So firstly, the heads of non-current assets. Fixed assets, tangible, intangible, capital work in progress and intangible under development. Fixed asset, plant, machinery, land, building, goodwill, all these are known as the fixed, which are used by the business organization for long time period, not for a short time period. Non-current investment. Investment made by the business organization in another business organization for more than 12 months. These are known as non-current investments. Deferred tax assets. Deferred tax asset means sometimes the business organization calculate the income for income tax, and income tax authorities are also calculated the income for income tax. There may be the difference between these two incomes, and that amount will be transferred to deferred tax asset. Long-term loans and advances. If we have given the loans to another persons for long time periods, means for more than 12 months or for more than operating cycle. Other non-current assets, others extra जो इन किसी भी head में नहीं आए वो others में आ गए, others non-current assets. Meaning of operating cycle we will discuss later on. Heads of current assets. Current investment, the money invested by the business in any type of other business for within converted into cash within 1 year or operating cycle. Inventory means stock of goods. जो stock, जो goods आपके business में पड़ी है sale करने के लिए. Trade receivables, debtors. जिन person से business has to receive the amount अभी आई नहीं है लेकिन आने वाली है, उनसे हमने पैसे अभी लेने हैं. They are responsible to pay the amount to us. Cash and cash equivalent. Cash in hand या आपका cash बैंक में पड़ा है. These are known as the cash and cash equivalent. Short-term loans and advances. The amount या loans given for short time period means mainly for 1 year or within the operating cycle. Other current assets, extra prepaid expenses. आपने कोई खर्चा advance में पे कर दिया, अगले महीने का रेंट इसी मंथ पे कर दिया, that becomes your asset. पता नहीं हमने उस next month की services लेनी भी है या नहीं लेनी. So these are the heads and subheads according to the Indian Companies Act 2013, non-current assets and current assets. Next, let's discuss these in detail. Non-current assets. It refers to those assets which have been purchased by the business organization for long-term use, long life use, say 4, 5, 10, unlimited time period. If you want to change, then we can change. But business organization not sold out these regularly or within after short time periods. These are meant for long-term use and not for resale in the ordinary course of business. Regularly हम इनको sale नहीं करते. The benefit from fixed asset is derived over a long time period. इनका फायदा हम ज़्यादा time period के लिए लेते हैं. Suppose you have opened a retail shop. हमने building बनाई, furniture लगाया. अब हर रोज थोड़ी ना एक महीने के बाद उस building को sale कर दोगे, furniture को sale कर दोगे. You will take the benefits from that, from these assets for a long time period. उस building को long time period के लिए use करोगे. These are non-current assets are of 5 heads: fixed assets, non-current investment, deferred tax asset, long-term loans and advances, other non-current assets. Now next. Types of fixed assets. Tangible fixed asset, intangible fixed asset. What is the difference between tangible and intangible? I will give an example. आप बिजनेस कर रहे हो, यू नीड बिल्डिंग को देख पा रहे हो, टच कर पा रहे हो, सब कुछ कर पा रहे हो, लेकिन एक बिल्डिंग बहुत अच्छी खासी आपको नजर आ रही है. बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज वेल फर्निश्ड बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, लेकिन आपने लोगों से सुना कि नहीं उस बंदे की डीलिंग नहीं अच्छी, वहां नहीं जाना, उसकी क्वालिटी नहीं अच्छी, विल नॉट गो टू दैट पर्सन. बिल्डिंग आपको बड़ी अच्छी खासी नजर आ रही है, वेल फर्निश्ड नजर आ रही है, बट रेपुटेशन इज नील, इट मींस आप नहीं जाओगे. सो बोथ आर इम्पोर्टेंट. बिल्डिंग, फर्नीचर, लैंड, मशीनरी जो आपको दिख रहा है वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. जो रेपुटेशन है सिर्फ आपने फील की, यू कांट सी दैट रेपुटेशन, दिखती नहीं है, कोई चीज नहीं है रेपुटेशन विच यू कैन टच कि आप उसको पकड़ लोगे और ये कर लोगे. दैट इज नॉट, कैन नॉट बी सीन, नॉट टच, but important for business, important asset for business. Another example, वन साइड देयर इज बिल्डिंग, मशीनरी, लैंड, प्लांट, फर्नीचर, कार, ये वो सब चीजें बिजनेस के लिए जरूरी है. अनदर साइड देयर आर आर ब्रांड नेम, जो जिस ब्रांड नेम को दूसरा बंदा कॉपी नहीं कर सकता. कॉपीराइट, योर पेटेंट राइट्स, योर ट्रेडमार्क, these are, if anybody copy these rights or trademarks or brand name, then it will be punishable in the eyes of law. then वो भी important है. अगर आपका brand name market में famous हो गया, that is also important for business organization, and that helps you to achieve the growth and success in your competitive market. So both are important. Now categorize these two. One side, building, machinery, furniture, land that can be seen or touched. They have the physical appearance. These are known as tangible fixed asset, which can be seen or touched, which have the physical appearance. Another side, intangible fixed asset which cannot be seen or touched. Goodwill, patent right, copyright, trademark, brand name, your knowledge, your specialization can't be copied, cannot be seen by the business. आप उसको पकड़ नहीं सकते, reputation को आप पकड़ नहीं सकते, brand name को आप पकड़ नहीं सकते. So these are important for business as well as asset for business. So these are the intangible fixed asset. Dear students, ये इनकी रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू भी होती है. जैसे बिल्डिंग सेल होती है, वैसे ही पेटेंट राइट भी सेल होते हैं. आप अपने पेटेंट राइट दूसरे बंदे को सेल कर सकते हो, आप अपना ब्रांड नेम दूसरे को सेल कर सकते हो बाय इन कंसिडरेशन ऑफ मनी. So these are the tangible fixed asset which can be seen or touched, and which cannot be seen or touched are known as intangible fixed assets. It refers to those fixed assets which can be touched and seen. For example, vehicle, land, mines, etc. Intangible fixed asset, it refers to those fixed assets which cannot be touched and seen. These may include the rights to use, produce, or provide the services. For example, goodwill, copyright, etc. Capital work in progress. Capital work in progress. Again, let's take an example. आपने अपने बिजनेस की बिल्डिंग बनानी शुरू कर दी, बन रही है, आधी हो गई, पूरी नहीं हुई. पैसे तो इन्वेस्ट हो गए, मनी तो लग चुकी है. सपोज 20 लाख यू हैव स्टिल स्पेंड ऑन द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ दैट बिल्डिंग, लेकिन अभी भी वो पूरी नहीं हुई. वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस. फिर भी वो 20 लाख रुपए की बिल्डिंग आपका एसेट तो बन गया, टिल दैट इट उतनी बिल्डिंग तो बन गई. सपोज आप पूरी नहीं कर पा रहे, due to any reason you are not able to complete that building, you can say that आप उतनी भी तो बिल्डिंग सेल कर सकते हो. जो बंदा परचेज कर रहा है, दैट पर्सन विल कंस्ट्रक्ट द बिल्डिंग होगा, उसके बाद वो बंदा कंस्ट्रक्ट कर लेगा. सो दैट thing is also have realizable value, and these are also the part of fixed asset. Capital work in progress. Any type of tangible non-current asset for which the construction work has not been completed, it is in progress. For example, construction of building is in progress. बन रही है, बनी नहीं है, लेकिन till that date उसके ऊपर एक्सपेंडिचर हो चुके हैं. So that दो जो एक्सपेंडिचर हो चुके हैं वो तो आपका एसेट बन गया. Now fourth type of fixed asset, intangible asset under development. Tangible asset under development, capital work in progress. Intangible asset under development, intangible asset under development. Copyright है, आप उसको रजिस्टर करवा रहे हो. हाफ प्रोसेस हैज बीन कंप्लीटेड बट हाफ प्रोसेस इज स्टिल पेंडिंग. आपका एसेट बन भी गया, वो नहीं भी बना, then that asset will be categorized as intangible asset under development. Dear students, now next, current assets. These are those assets which are in the form of cash or can be easily and quickly converted into cash. Current assets are those assets जिनको आप एक साल में कैश में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो. Itself cash also, जिस कैश को आप बहुत जल्दी यूटिलाइज कर सकते हो, जो बहुत जल्दी लिक्विडिटी फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है. कैश इन हैंड, कैश अवेलेबल इन द बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कैश एट बैंक, जो कैश आपका बैंक में पड़ा है, यू कैन विथड्रॉ दैट अमाउंट एट एनी टाइम व्हेनेवर यू वांट. और विदिन 1 ईयर, 1 साल के अंदर अंदर, और विदिन ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल. ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल, जस्ट अ ब्रीफ, later on we will discuss it in detail. Operating cycle means time period from the purchase of raw material till the amount received from the persons for the sale. वो पूरे का पूरा time period, that is known as operating cycle for the business. अगर उस ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल में कोई चीज कैश में कन्वर्ट हो रही है, दैट इज आल्सो नोन एज द करंट एसेट, और फॉर देयर कंजम्पशन इन प्रोडक्शन. फॉर एग्जांपल, कैश इन हैंड इटसेल्फ कैश इज योर करंट एसेट. स्टॉक, जो गुड्स बिजनेस के अंदर पड़ी है, जिस चीज का आप बिजनेस कर रहे हो, सपोज आप फर्नीचर का बिजनेस कर रहे हो, तो फर्नीचर आपका, आपकी गुड्स है. कपड़े का बिजनेस कर रहे हो, क्लोथ्स आर योर गुड्स. जिस स्टेशनरी का बिजनेस कर रहे हो, स्टेशनरी आपकी गुड्स है. तो आपके पास जो बच जाता है, जो सेल नहीं हुआ, साल खत्म हो गया एंड दीज आर अनसोल्ड, दैट इज नोन एज स्टॉक. वो भी करंट एसेट है. रॉ मटेरियल, in case of manufacturing business, if you have the stock of raw material. Debtors, the person from whom the amount is due, जिससे हमने पैसे लेने हैं, जिसको आप सिंपल हमारी लैंग्वेज में कहते हो कि मैंने पकड़ के लाने हैं पैसे, उस बंदे ने, मैंने उधार पे गुड्स सेल किया और अभी उससे पैसे लेने हैं. These persons are known as the debtors, etc. These are the current assets. According to Indian Companies Act 2013, these are the heads under the current assets. We have already discussed these. One more form is there, part of current asset. Liquid assets is a varied from the current assets. Liquid assets are those which are in cash form or can easily converted into cash in very short time period. Current asset, the time period for current assets, even for एक साल और operating cycle है. Liquid assets which are converted into cash within 3 months very fastly. These are known as liquid assets. So we can say these are the part of current assets. For example, cash in hand, cash at bank, short term investments for 3 months, जो से 3 महीने के अंदर आपकी कैश में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगी. So dear students, this is the today's topic. Entity, business, enterprises. One recap is there. Entity, business organizations are known as the entities. Itself business. आप किसी भी business को के लिए word utilize कर सकते हो, entity. Second, business transaction. Business transaction means that any type of exchange between the business and another party is known as business transaction. Its condition should be, it should be in financial nature. Third, assets. Assets, wealth of the business, property of the business. जैसे आप कहते हैं ना कि मेरे पास ये कुछ है, मेरे पास घर है, मेरे पास गाड़ी है, मेरे पास बैंक बैलेंस है, मेरे पास ये है वो, all these, ये अगर बिजनेस के पास है, these are known as the assets of the business. Wealth, goodwill, all these are the asset. Land, building, machinery, plant, goodwill, patent right, trademarks, all are the assets for the business. Assets are of two types, current, non-current. Current with जो कैश में कन्वर्ट होते हैं within 1 year और within ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल. नॉन करेंट जो कैश में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं बट बिजनेस करता नहीं है, within 1 year और within ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल. So आगे further they have their types, current as well as non-current. Hope you have understood the topic. Now this is end of the today's session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.